Hey everyone, it's Tracy Martirana here from Holistic Wellness with Tracy. Welcome to my channel. As we are ushering in October here, I started poking around on the internet looking for an idea for either like a snack or an appetizer, something that I could just serve a few friends when they come over for a glass of wine that has a little bit of a Halloween feel to it, just to be fun and seasonal. What I found are these cute little jalapeno peppers that look like little mummies, and I thought that was a cute idea. The recipe I originally found calls for like pre-packaged crescent roll dough, which is a great way to make these quick and easy and fast, but I'm going to make the dough from scratch. The recipe I'm going to use for the dough is actually a breadstick dough, which I used in a previous video. And if you missed that video, go check it out right now. It was an awesome dish. It was a bread cornucopia that I stuffed with roasted vegetables, roasted like autumn vegetables like squash and carrots and whatnot. It was delicious. It was beautiful and would look great on your Thanksgiving table. But right now, I'm going to start combining ingredients to make the dough. While that's rising, we'll work on prepping the peppers and the filling, and then we'll assemble. Come join me. So I mixed together 2 cups of warm water, a teaspoon of yeast, and a 1/4 cup of sugar. If you aren't a fan of using white sugar, you could also use honey. I whisked it together. I let it sit here for about 10 minutes. And now I'm going to add the rest of my ingredients, which is a 1/2 cup of oil. This is avocado oil. You can use really any sort of vegetable oil, even olive oil. I like something lighter in flavor like the avocado oil, but olive oil isn't so strong that it will cause a problem. So use whatever oil you have and you like. I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. Just let that blend together real quick. And then I'm going to slowly add in the flour, stopping about halfway through to sort of clear the bowl, clean the bowl, scrape the bowl, and then continue until all of this comes together. And I decided I'm going to scrape it down early because I have a big amount of flour that's just sticking to the edge over here. And I just want to make sure it blends together nice and smooth. And then I'm just going to let this run for a couple minutes just to knead this all together before I move it to the counter to knead it by hand. While my dough continues to rise, I'm going to mix up my filling for the jalapeno poppers. Now you can do lots of different options here. I'm doing some shredded cheddar cheese and I'm going to add some sour cream to it. You could also use cream cheese either by itself or with a shredded cheese mixed in. You could flavor it with some garlic or chives or onion, whatever you like. Even a little chili powder might be good. But keep in mind, I'm only making a small amount. This easily just scales up for as many or as few as you want to make. This is cream cheese. I would have just softened the cream cheese and then worked it together. Really, I grabbed a handful of cheese, enough that I think will stuff a handful of peppers, and I'm adding just enough sour cream to it to sort of make it, I don't know, creamy. There's no science to this. There's no recipe. It's just mix a few ingredients together. And then you have your filling. I'm going to set this aside while I cut some peppers. I'm going to make 4 peppers, which will actually make 8 like mummies, because I will do half a pepper for each one. I'm going to start by cutting them in half lengthwise, and I'm trying to also cut through the stem so each one will have the stem. That just gives you something to hold on to when you're eating them. So like that. All you need is a little something, little handle. Now you need to clean these out because you need space to put the stuffing in. If you're very sensitive or tend to rub your eyes a lot, I recommend using gloves for this. I am going to not, but I'm going to live dangerously. I take a little paring knife, I come down here, sort of get the membrane where it meets the stem, and then you can just work the rest out. Now, if I thought these peppers were fairly mild, I wouldn't be too concerned about getting every little bit of membrane out, but I know these peppers are hot. So even without the membrane in the seeds, they're still pretty warm. So I'm making sure to get all of it out. If you don't like heat at all, you can get those cute little like multicolored lunchbox peppers, little sweet peppers that look like hot peppers. You can get those in your grocery store and use those instead. That would be delicious. If I were going to use the sweet peppers, I would probably add a little bit of heat or something to my filling, whether it be a little cayenne pepper, a little diced jalapeno, maybe even just some chili powder, something to add a little zip and zest. But that's because I like zip and zest. If you don't, it would be fine if you keep it very mild. And now I'm just going to work on filling these. So I just take a little butter knife, a little bit of the cheese, and just sort of work it in. Now again, I didn't measure anything, so I could end up with not enough filling. I might end up with way too much filling. I don't know. I just eyeballed it. So I have a little bit left, not much. I could cut a couple more peppers and use that, or I can just stick this in the fridge and make a couple more peppers maybe tomorrow or the next day. And that's what I'm going to do. And then the last thing I'm going to prep before I worry about rolling out my dough is the eyes. Little mummy has to have some eyes. So there's a couple different options that I'm going to try. I'm sure there's more. I have some black beans. I'm just going to take these and cut them in half and then just use these. You can either use them like with the center showing. I don't know if you can see that, like to get a little bit of white, or just stick them in this way. It doesn't really matter. We're just trying to get the idea of a little eyeball. Or you could use a black olive and just maybe cut it into pieces and then just use a little olive piece as your eye. Again, it's just the idea of an eye. I'm just gonna prep these, set them aside so that when I go to assemble them, they're all ready to just pop together. No fuss, no muss. So this, ready for assembly. I just need the dough. My dough has more than doubled in size. So I'm going to pop it out on the counter. Now, again, this is a lot of dough. This is a big batch. I only need like a little tiny piece. So this will make a lot. Oh, I love this. I saved all this. I can just use that. I'm not planning on using all of this for the poppers. My plan is I'm going to take a little bit for my mummies, and then the rest of this, I'm actually going to make breadsticks, bake them, and freeze them. So nothing's going to waste. Don't worry about that. Oops, could use a little flour. I'm just cutting this into pieces that will make it easier when I go to do my breadsticks. And actually for now, I might just sort of roll these in a little bit of flour, set them back in the bowl until I'm ready to come back and make breadsticks, which I'll do while the poppers are cooking. I'm just gonna take, I don't know, I have no idea how much I need, but I don't think it's gonna be much. So I'm taking just half of this. So I'm making a lot of dough. I don't need a lot of dough. And I'm gonna just start by rolling this out. So I'm just making a nice ball. Sort of working it a little bit into a rectangle. I'm gonna roll. And if I need more, right? I know I have plenty. I can just go back and get more. So as I'm rolling it out, it's wanting to sort of spring back. So I'm gonna roll it, and then I'm gonna just leave it sit for a little bit and then come back. And not long, I mean like 5 minutes, just to sort of let it rest in this rolled out position. All right, just coming back, flipping this around a little bit, just making sure it's nice and floured so that each strip will come up. Get a little more roll. Now, I don't know, this is probably 8 inches, give or take. I'm gonna just assume that this is gonna be enough. So I'm gonna just use a pizza cutter, whatever this is. And I'm just gonna cut 8 strips. Actually, you know what? I don't think I even need this much because I'm gonna want them to be a little bit thinner. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, let's see how this goes. So I have my filled poppers. I have this little clay baking pan that I'm going to cook them on. Again, I'm only doing 8. If you were doing a bunch for a party, do a big cookie sheet. You can bake it in the oven. I'm going to do it in my air fryer, which acts as a toaster oven as well. And then I'm just going to give it a go. Let's see how this goes. I'm just sort of wrapping it around like it's a mummy, leaving a little bit of a spot where the eyes are going to be peeking out. So like right there. And then just wrap. Yep, I'm a mummy. I'm a mummy. So sort of switch directions a little bit. Oops, it broke. I don't think it'll be the end of the world. We'll sort of wrap like that. So I did sort of, you don't want it too symmetrical. And then I'm going to take, oh, let's see what we have. See how this looks. All right, he's kind of funny. We'll see how he looks when he's baked. I hope I don't go through all of this and find this is like a Pinterest fail and they look ridiculous. But that's why I'm doing it now, for just us, before I try to serve these to company. How's that like? We'll stick in. I think this one is the olive. Again, yeah, it doesn't really look like eyes. I think in the recipe, when I saw it online, like the example pictures that I saw, they were using like candy eyeballs, which that just seems gross to me. Like, I get, yeah, it probably looks much better to have actual eyeballs looking out at you, but who wants candy in their jalapeno poppers? That just seems gross. Just gonna keep wrapping. If it breaks, you know, I wouldn't worry about it. Just, you know, do your best you can. Nobody's gonna take mummy jalapeno poppers too seriously, right? All right, into the oven they go to bake away. I let these bake, I think I originally programmed it for 15 minutes, but after, I think it's like 7-8 minutes, I checked them. And this is what they look like. I think they look pretty done. Are they cute or are they a Pinterest fail? I don't know. I think they're kind of cute. Oh, this guy has cheese bubbling out of his face. That's not so cute. But overall, good enough that I would serve it to friends for nothing else than a good laugh. I hope you give these cute little guys a try. Maybe yours would come out better. If you make them, I would love to see them. Thanks so much for joining. Have a great day.